And they did start the match last weekend down 2-0 to PdB, but did come back. But here we go. Second half, or first half of the second semifinal about to get underway. PdB versus One Pump.
PdB is actually splitting up like to the right side, just as you saw in the previous half. And actually one person splitting off to the far left. So everyone who dies to the right side, spawns on the left side, is going to be a split push approach for PdB.
Fast, very quick kills coming out from both sides. And some couple quick openings. We see PdB, again, to your point, opting to send most of the players up the far right. Now this is interesting to me as they only have one player on the other side, right? So their ability to swap over to that side is inherently negated as they can only have one squad respawn on the opposite end. I think PdB just wants to commit most of their players to this flank and try to get in on the far right side, and Spartan with a nice kill on the mono leader.
I actually like this idea. I think they are trying to draw many people One Pump to the far left, especially now the kills are coming in for PdB. Making them over-rotate, but Left 4 Chin actually gets killed on the far left side, so they are fully committed to the right side now.
Now PdB is fully committed to this side. They have one player kind of shifting towards middle, but otherwise they are clearly committed. But we can see there's not really much of a defense here for One Pump. The rotations are coming in now, but it's going to be kind of slow. Good kill from Mono. Can he find a second? No, traded out by Banana. And Banana with a nice push there. One Pump, not the best rotations. And now PdB is going to be able to get in the trend.
And actually, Dick the Head still advancing on the far on the mid side here, getting a few kills on Lucas and Sheena. And this is actually looking very powerful by PdB, or rather, very unstable by One Pump. I feel like they're doing the same thing.
Should definitely come in for PdB.
Not giving this up.
I feel like they're doing the same thing as last weekend on Saturday.
PdB.
Yeah.
Bit of an error by One Pump. Maybe, I don't know why they were so concerned about the opposite flank. PdB had committed fully, but One Pump just wasn't able to get the rotations in fast enough. So now, the good kills coming back for One Pump. And Mondo and Tom getting a couple. And the retake does already begin for One Pump. See a couple PdB players pushing this far right side. There's no one here for One Pump, so I think they'll get the recap, but they're gonna have to deal with the players who've already made it in to the other side.
Extremely quick repair cap by One Pump there. They are looking strong as well in this defense. Actually, by getting punished a little bit by PdB, maybe might have woken them up a little bit, as most of the kills are actually going in favor of One Pump right now.
Indeed, the kills going the way of One Pump so far, but PdB does have a nice foothold on this far right side. See Fiona trying to get some cross-map picks, supported by his teammates. The Blue House is moving close. Bad news for PdB is right now they've only got one squad in the trench. The other squad's all the way in the back. So I think the call is probably going to be to tell their other squad to hold, just stay alive. And we see so many kills coming out for PdB. Airplane bombs, rifles, everything. Big, unfortunate Spartan with a bunch of kills there. So that's actually going to commence the cap.
But the difficulty is that the other squad is not in here, so they won't be able to take the trench as the respawns come in for 3 pump right now.
The unfortunate thing is, well, they did get some really nice kills there. They weren't able to really take advantage of it, and Tom was a nice push outside the trench, gets a couple of kills. Emperor occupying this mid position. PdB keeps their foothold alive, but still, now maybe more of a proper setup here as both squads now in the trench. They're going to look to make some ground.
One Pump is looking to clear out.
You can see Tom having an excellent start in this game too. Very nice kills. Does get traded out by Fiona, but still, PdB is still down to 2 players. They're doing what he can to stay alive, but a good cross-map shot from Frosty. Again, PdB, only one squad in the trench right now.
But they're going to get closed in by One Pump right now extremely quickly. I'm Banana get the important kill on Sheena, but Spartan needs to kill Frosty right now. Very close to him.
I think we're seeing maybe some of the same issues for PdB that we were seeing for Dip, actually. The team, you might have expected to have the better team play so far in this match, kind of struggling as their secondary squad is always seemingly not in the trench. Now Emperor, he's pushing this far right side, does get taken down by Fiona. So Fiona and Spartan, again, the other squad is doing a very good job of staying alive, particularly Spartan. does finally go down, but still, he's able to take a bunch of players. Banana is the last player. He will spawn one team.
One bomb is actually taking very defensive positioning.
It is interesting. You would have maybe expected one. I think they're just waiting for their squad. Both sides wait for the spawns to come in. One pump waits for their spawn. Now they push. PdB waits for their spawn and they push. And PdB is going to win those gunfights pretty cleanly, actually killing, I think, the entire squad there for one pump. So now they're going to start to push on both sides. Pressure coming in on the far left and the far right. One pump kind of stuck in the middle position. Not really anywhere for them to go.
PdB and short. PdB actually getting a few nice kills on the middle section. Monoliter trying to get a little bit of the stabilization back, but it looks like PdB did enough to take this trench again.
PdB didn't do enough. I think the problem for one point there was they hesitated too much in trying to clear out the spawns. Gave PdB way too much room to play with, and that allows PdB to take the trench.
It's going to be
pretty much reset here. They do have Mando, I believe. Yeah, Mando is alone on this far left side.
But he doesn't
get pushed.
Does he know there's a Anatoly on the far left side there?
He knew that he was tough position there for Mando. Not much he could really do.
The Central Powers are completely being wiped from this trench, so this is going to be very difficult for one pump to retake this trench. They need to completely reset, and well, I really like the approach of this in the last half. Go on the far left on this trench. I think that's the most powerful position to get into this trench. The right side is quite nice to get the foothold, but you get easily stuck in there as well, as Mando is trying to get this right hand side right now. But he gets taken out by Life Fortune. Important kill.
And now Tom going to push into this right side. Does get taken down by Banana. We kind of see one pump working both sides of the map right now. They're trying to get in this far right side, and they've got some players pushing the far left side. Bit of ring around the rosy going on. The player who's on the right side for PdB.
They kill Mando on the right side, but he was still able to spawn in his teammates. And now there's actually a 1-2.
I think that was a collateral kill from Sheena. She takes down both players.
PdB actually being almost completely wiped. Only 2 players alive right now, so the camp should be coming in for a 1-2 bump right now. As I don't think they get the spawns in quickly enough.
The camp will come in. The owner is still occupying this position. He is going to be able to spawn his squad and gets a kill as well. PdB kind of in some awkward positions. They're going to try to retake maybe this right side and establish a foothold. They've also got some players who spawn in the no man's land, so this should become their position very quickly. Mando's going to take down one, but he's pushed from both sides. Not much he can do.
The kill trades are completely equal though, and neither of the teams are actually balancing it out, stabilizing a little bit.
Very equal right now. Again, another very close match we're seeing. Be interesting to see if one pump plays more aggressively on these retakes. I would like to see them do that. This is where they actually excelled last weekend. Playing slow. The other PdB squad once again not in the trench, so
I want to
he's
see
still
more
making a lot of the same errors.
I want to see more of Tom Grump and Emperor actually trying to clear out the trench. They're currently looking for the long-range shots, but I think they excel at clearing the trench rather than defending it like they are doing right now.
I don't disagree with that sentiment at all. I think that the allocation of one pump's players is rather poor right now, giving PdB too much respect when they shouldn't be.
It should be just clearing this trench, as they are currently. It's completely left versus right now, and it's interesting to see that Tom Grump and Emperor are still looking outside to the far left side for the Central Powers.
I mean, there was also hardly anybody over there, so PdB gets a bunch of kills. They're going to start to push towards mid. I don't know. I don't think the spawns will come in time for one pump, so the cap will come back in.
We're not giving this up.
Yes, it does. Almost avoided it, but not quite enough. PdB takes the lead again. This time, one pump is in this far right side. Banana's actually in the no man's trying to do something about it.
PdB is actually closing up on the far left side now, or with 3 people trying to clear out all the Germans. As Emperor is probably still watching to the no man's land, but everyone of Anatolia is actually inside this trench. I don't think they have the awareness. The communication of the one pump team is not good enough to know where all the enemy team members are, and I think that's the main issue right now for one pump. They need to call out where all the enemies are, where they see people, where they die, and then everyone can react to that accordingly. But I don't think Emperor and Tom Grump get the information they need to successfully defend this trench.
And Spartan's going to try to push towards this far right side and clear it out. Emperor is holding over there, and there are several players in the no man's land. Takes down Sheena.
Already on 3 kills.
Push.
He should spot one more, but he didn't. Then Mono Leader spots him first. This is it's looking nice for PdB, but they don't know there's one pump player on the far left.
They might not be aware of the fact that Emperor is here. They should be, but they might not know that he's occupying this kind of cheeky position. Mondo pushes in, gets a couple kills going the way of PdB or one pump. Steve holding this angle, taking down one, but a good trade there by Lukehouse.
Emperor getting a kill all across the map right there, which restarts the recap of this trench. Do they have enough people in here to actually recap this trench?
Don't know if they're going to be able to get the recap. If PdB pushes, which they currently are, that might allow them to have the number. Spawns do come in for PdB. Is dead equal right now.
It's so interesting to see that how many people of one pump is actually looking outside rather than
And
inside of the trench.
Tom Grump going for a flank of the no man's. PdB might not expect Tom to do this.
Well, this is nice. He's looking
Nice
to kill
play
them.
there from Lap Fortune and Spartan and Steve to actually help neutralize the numbers on the opposite end of the trench. They do wipe them, but kind of a trade coming in. PdB retakes the right side but lose the left side.
Huge play by Tom Grump here, actually flanking around, getting a few kills right now. Gets taken out by Soren, but I think that took the defense a little bit by surprise, making it sure that they have positioning in both left and right sides right now. A few players
Tom is
also
pretty much alone over here. He's going to have to win the fights, but he's not going to be able to. Just too many players pushing him at the same time. Squad might be, I think that squad did get wiped. 50 seconds on the clock. The pressure does mount for one pump, especially knowing that one of their squads is basically all the way in the back.
I think they should be going for kills right now, prolong the attack phase in order to not completely lose this trench. PdB looking very strong in defending this, actually being 6 kills in a row for PdB. Frosty is able to spawn Mono Leader and the rest of the squad mates here.
And this push on the left side will probably be the difference. If they can get in, they might be able to continue the attack, but they're going to have to do that. Spartan.
But PdB is actually training it out very nicely. Actually, Frosty should be able to run in right now.
Now, Lukehouse has actually gone into the right side as well, but he misses a shot.
Oh, very interesting
One
stuff
Pump
here.
might be able to continue. I think One Pump is going to continue the attack, and the kills are actually really going their way right now. They begin the cap, and they've actually got players on both sides. It's just Steve in the trench right now, or sorry, Fiona in the trench right now for PdB, who's going to run into Mando, and just like that, PdB actually gets wiped, and the recap will come in. They do get all the spawns close to the trench at least, so huge attack coming in for PdB.
Iron Banana actually killing a few people here, but that was a huge attack by One Pump. Retaking this trench in the last seconds of that attack. I didn't think they were able to, but I feel
even
like
if they get a recap, even if PdB gets a fast recap, that's a bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Indeed, One Pump was in a very bad spot. It looked like PdB was going to be able to go on the attack, but now they find themselves completely reset. Well, not completely, but stuck on this far left side.
I do feel like that PdB has it in them to actually retake this trench again and make it really exciting for One Pump to, well, not lose this this half right now. I must say, One Pump is looking better and better as we get further and further into this half. As also Tom Grump and Emperor is racking up more and more kills right now. I like to see that. I feel like they are getting more confident in their gameplay. And let's see if they can transition that into a win.
Things are very stable right now. We can, again, This is very different from the one pump we saw last week, and one pump's playing pretty slow right now, as is PdB. Both teams seem content to hold, and I do think this probably favors one pump just a little bit, as if PdB holds for too long, they might find themselves in a position to be on foothold and lose it, but as I say that, they get a couple of kills, which will begin the cap. The spawns will probably still come in for one pump to neutralize it, and they do, so...
But they instantly start to attack.
If PdB plays too slow, they actually risk being in a worse position.
All the kills are completely equal. Trades are equal, but the cap is coming in for...
You see Mando, the spawns do come in for PdB. Mando's going to go for a bit of a flank, as is Spartan, but Mando wins that fight. Takes an aggressive, very aggressive pusher. Mando gets a couple of kills, is traded out. That triple kill might be enough.
Especially now, another kill by Tom Grump came in.
Again, PdB holds for the spawns, and they do get them, so still right back to where we were before. And actually now, PdB starting the fast cap. They got a couple of kills, and they have 7 players in the trend.
PdB looking for recapping this trench for a 4th time already. With 9 minutes left on the clock. 1 minute in this attack. I don't like how...
Go ahead.
Why are they so defensively? They pick corners very defensively, not taking the initiative at all.
We're not giving this up.
But they do have 8 people in there. Oh, it's enough to capture the trench, so I stand corrected.
I would like to see, personally, one pump play a little more aggressively. I mean, that's a good play there by PdB. Bunch of kills do go the way of one pump, though, but still, I think that style favors PdB more. We saw one pump have a little more success with the aggressive pushes, the aggressive retakes. I don't understand the call to play passively in the situations. I mean, the recap will come in, but still. I mean, perhaps one pump has just decided that they are going to try to make this game a tie and, you know, take this to the Entente half and try to win that half. I mean, this might be the plan, is just try to draw out the CP half. Last fortune with some nice kills on the Mando and Sheena. And PdB just holds, gets the kills, and commences the recap. Their spawns should come in soon. I imagine so will one pump. So again, kind of just back in the same positions that we occupied before. One pump holding one side of the trench, PdB holding the other side, and neither team really able to make any headway.
It feels a little bit like a ping-pong match. Each and every time we think one team is going to capture this trench and
going
root
for
them
a
out.
nice flank here. Maybe we can get it. Banana, good kill there, an important kill, take him down. No, I mean, PdB has proven they're able to hold this position very strongly. I mean, it does obviously beg the question, if this half is a tie, it is a good opportunity for one pump to come back on the Entente side and win. And PdB does get the spawns. Again, so does one pump, so...
And it feels like not much is happening. Both teams are kind of clueless in how to respond to this.
Oh, neither team really knowing how to break this kind of deadlock they're at. Going for flanks, but the flanks are usually one player at a time that aren't really able to achieve much. See, Tom's going to make a push. This is his first shot into that player. Cam on the second one is finally able to hit that third shot, but he's getting shot from his flank, and now out of ammo will get taken down. Back and forth trades. Neither team again giving any ground, so just kind of a dead stalemate here between both sides.
Kind of similar as we saw last match.
Last match I think was a lot faster though. We saw much faster. I mean, we had some very quick opening caps in this match, but it's basically devolved into teams just standing at their own respective ends, and PdB might get the cap here. I don't think the spawns will come in time for one pump, and they don't.
I think this could be coming down to like ridiculous airplane bomb kills and then just a nice push behind that, clearing them out. But they need something to clear out this stalemate. They're ages miles apart, and it feels like both teams are actually satisfied with getting this into a draw. That being said, PdB is able to recapture this trench. But I don't think it's going to be long.
Again, it just feels like whichever team is in more of the defensive position seems to give up more kills, and then eventually, the cap just goes the way of again, whatever team is the one on the offensive position. But
so I kind of get the mindset of PdB, and as well as this one pump, not trying to get reset completely out of this trench, because then you're completely on the back foot.
And actually, nice push here does get a couple of kills, but yeah, I don't know how long Steve has been occupying this position in the bunker. It's been a long time though. I'll put it that way. And it's
not equal.
I'd say questionable from both teams right now.
If you'd be PdB right now, you killed like 5 people in a quick succession, or 4 people at least. Then there's only 3 people in there, so you are able to push it out. Especially when you're quickly responding to it.
They just refuse to. I think PdB wants to just sit here for the next 4.5 minutes and try to win out this way. Well, I think that is what they're comfortable doing.
PdB is kind of right, because they are ahead and they are clearly saying, well, okay, we only need to do this for 4.5 minutes more. But one pump needs to step up to change anything of this. They are waiting for each other to make mistakes, and well.
And again, even when you would think PdB would make the push, they're just not. I mean, One Pump's secondary squad has been out of the trench for almost a minute now, and PdB just continues to sit here. Which, I mean, it could work out. They work out.
Mendo actually trying to use his emblem right now to kill a few people.
That's one, but not really a lot of damage done.
It looks like One Pump is trying more and more right now. They are flanking to the far left.
I think the risk that PdB takes is in holding the side. They're basically isolating themselves, and now you can see One Pump encroaching on the positions. If the kills go the way One Pump and the camp comes back in, there's only 3 minutes on the clock. There's not going to be a lot of opportunity for PdB to win this game if the recap does come in from One Pump. We see Emperor with some really nice flanking going on. Got a couple of kills there. Traded out by La Fortune, but still 2 players in the trench right now for PdB, and their positions are very tight. You do just get the spawns in time, though.
It was very nice to see how One Pump approaches that, actually.
We actually see One Pump in a really awkward position. They're now pinched, and I think they've been wiped. Or no, they haven't been. They do have 1 player in the far right side, but maybe PdB will start to change things up. They might go a little more aggressive, knowing that they have numbers. See Soren and I think maybe Spartan pushing the side of the trench.
They had actually been getting a few very important kills on the far left side, actually getting killed by Monoliter in the end, but getting 2 kills right there. But only 20 seconds left in this defense phase. It could be... this could be potentially very dangerous for One Pump. I did really like the flanking attack, but it just didn't get enough kills in the end to get them out quickly enough. And maybe the both teams were right taking the defensive position, but they had to change something. But the change wasn't enough to completely retake it, as One Pump is now looking for holding his foothold to regain this trench.
Yeah, One Pump is capping slowly, but PdB has a couple of players in middle and also on the left side, but I think Mono takes down La Fortune, so it might just be Fiona. Oh no, the spawns do come in now in the middle. PdB, all their players in the middle. It's kind of awkward though. Stuck in the middle of players on both sides of you. They are going to try to push out, gain some ground.
And pressure's on Tom 100 to get a few kills. He and Bemper gets a few kills, but he gets taken out by one banana. Iron Banana. And kills all over the board, actually. It's ridiculous how equal the kills keep being. Everyone gets traded instantly, it feels like. But PdB actually doing a really good job, actually choke holding One Pump into submission. And they're looking to lose by 1 trench.
Think of a minute on the clock. I do think this will be going to PdB. I mean, you can see the other squad of One Pump is actually in the back. There's only 1 player left for One Pump, and that's Mondo. Maybe even get the squad spawn and his other squad can push quick enough, but he's being pressured by a bunch of PdB players right now.
Steve he just spawns in his squad right now. He his squad does get pressured very heavily by the Antoni right now. Monolith kills Dick the Head, very important kill in order to keep the far right, but at least they still have the foothold. They don't lose this timer, and they need to run straight forward in order to get enough people in here to regain the trench, but it's looking very heavy. PdB is having a very good spread out right now. I don't think One Pump can do it and actually turn this around. I don't think they can. I mean, they only 16
only 15
seconds left.
seconds on the clock. It's yeah, not going to be enough time at all for One Pump.
Especially in
A narrow, slight victory for PdB going into the second half in what was a very slow game indeed.
And there we go, a victory for PdB. Didn't expect this. The aggression in the end by One Pump nearly was enough to retake the trench into a draw, but PdB actually defending it well enough in order to rely on the respawns, which meant they recapped the trench instantly after the aggression of One Pump, making it so that One Pump loses by 1 trench.
Yes, PdB with a narrow victory there. Going into the second half, it will swap, so One Pump will have the opportunity to attack on the Entente side, but again, the narrow victory might just be enough for PdB if they can hold.
The pressure is on One Pump again to, well, turn this around, get actually 2 trenches right now. So I think they can do it. I think if anyone can do it, it must be Emperor and Tom Grump. If they get the initiative and the momentum, they might steamroll PdB right here. But if the PdB is looking as stable as they were looking defending the trenches, I don't think they're going to submit easily. So pressure's on One Pump to step up and just rack up those kills, get in those trenches. What do you think One Pump needs to do differently in order to win this match right now?
I mean, I think for One Pump, it's really just a matter of again, I don't... In that half, they played very slow, which I think worked to PdB's advantage. PdB was also playing a slow game. And the only times we would see One Pump push do some aggression, really it was just solo pushes, maybe Tom or Mando, maybe Emperor, would just go by themselves, alone, no teammates with them, push into a wall of PdB players, maybe get a couple kills, maybe get none. Again, not really achieve anything. I think that, again, for One Pump, they needed to just push together as a team, particularly when PdB was just holding in that very tight area. I think that was a missed opportunity. So I think on this half, we need to see we need to see more aggression out of One Pump. We need to see them play more together and as a team. None of this solo pushing. And again,
Yep.
I think that they need to play faster. I think playing slowly just works to the favor of PdB, who's happy to play that slow game, that methodical style. I mean, again, and the other problem is I don't think the utilization of Tom and Emperor made any sense in that game for One Pump. I mean,
I agree.
2 very talented players who, for most of the game, never really did much. Just a lot of the time were holding, or when they did push, again, they just pushed alone. They had no help. Pushing alone with against 5 guys is never going to work out, no matter how good you are. So, yeah.
Completely agree with you there. I really miss the team play that Tom Grump and Emperor showed in the last Sunday matches. And actually utilizing the whole team, the whole team was facilitating their positioning. We all also talked about that in the interview. The whole team was actually helping them to get into the positions they wanted to be in order to get those high frag kills, especially on, I believe it was Ain back then, in the middle part of the trenches. It was, and I'm missing that completely right now. It feels like they're also not communicating enough in order to call out where all the enemies are, so Tom Grump and Emperor can't, well, transition to the correct part of the trench. Most of the time I feel like the half of the team was expecting the Antoni to come from no one's land, and there was nobody there. Everyone was inside of the trench, and they should have just aggressed and things like that. So the situational awareness of the team is the problem for One Pump right now. They need to step up with the communication and knowing where the enemies are in order to actually turn this around and capture 2 trenches as the Ansali side right now.
Yeah, and I think for one pump, the outcome of this match is going to be decided rather quickly. If one pump allows PdB to have space and play slowly, then there's absolutely no way they will be able to win. But if one pump actually plays more aggressively and applies the pressure they need to apply to PdB, then I think this could go downhill very quickly for PdB, now that one pump's on the Entente side.
This is the second half versus one pump versus PdB. PdB ahead with one trench, and let's see how one pump approaches the first attack for Entente side against PdB. They're actually splitting up one team to the far left. I like that, and already you're going to see a very nice spread. People going to mid, people going to far right, a split push going in. I like the approach of a tree pump right here. The first
a pretty even split coming out for one pump, one squad on one side and the other squad on the other, or at least 4-4. Some opening kills going the way of one pump. Pretty even so far.
Now a few kills are going for in favor of PdB, but that doesn't necessarily matter right now. Most of the spawns they pick get transitioned into leapfrog spawns, actually spawning the people in front of where they are, so you can still advance in that way. Most of the teams actually in the first push use the same strategy, and you can see that they're already creeping up on the far left right now for Entente.
Yeah, I mean, really most of the openings are quite standard. It's just a question of which team, of how they get the opening picks and then where they go from there once they've got some opening kill.
I am Banana actually defending the far left side right now, and he needs to get a few very important frags in order to prevent one pump to get in there, and he looks like he's actually successful in doing that.
We actually do see Tom, though. He's pushing close right. Not really any opposition here immediately for him, so he is going to get in, spawn a teammate, and also Emperor starting to push a little more aggressively there towards the middle position. Going to get a couple of kills and takes down Banana. So this is the aggression that I like to see out of one pump as they start to push. Tom and Emperor leading the way.
So I'm actually getting 2 kills very quickly in here, making sure that the rotation doesn't get in. Another one on Soren. Very important kills by Tom Grump right here. We instantly see this Tom Grump Emperor aggression. This is what I want to see.
But actually, several other players pushing the opposite end. They do meet resistance and a couple of kills going the way of PdB there, though.
They had a very important kill on Tom Grump right there, opening up the far left. But he gets taken up by Emperor. There you go. That's what we want to see.
Emperor is the only player left here. He is getting pushed. He's going to have to go back and hold for the spawn. See if he can do it.
All of the squad mates are actually spawned already, so they have to walk in. He does clear up together with Tom Grump.
And the spawns don't actually come in the trench for PdB, so this might be a cap for one pump. We see Mando pushing this far left side. Did a spot on one player, takes him down. I don't know if he saw it. Well, there was another player close to him. That's a good kill on the Spartan.
Tom Grump actually looking for aggression in the middle section right now. Missing the shot on Soren. And, oh, but Sheena is actually able, together with his squad, to get into the far left. Most of the kills going in favor of PdB, so they successfully defend this trench, though. Nothing
that was a
happened.
very good wipe on that far left side there that one pump was occupying, but they still are in the opposite end. Good kills there by Spartan in particular. You actually see one of this one squad here for one pump which got wiped is in the no man. We're gonna push. And so one pump will try to hold out of the trench, and PdB should know that they're stuck. Only having a couple players. They're trying to push but not really making much progress through the middle position as Lukehouse holds it. Oh, Sport is starting to flow in for one pump as the secondary squad is starting to move towards the trench, starting to get closer. Almost there.
It's actually a shame that Tom Grump and Emperor are only in a 3-man squad. I feel like if they had... They are showing that they have more foothold control than the other squad. So I'd actually siphon one of the team members into this squad to give more of a potential to this squad, actually. I'd like to see that. It also opens up Tom Grump and Emperor to do more aggression. I'm saying this because Emperor is completely on far left, just doing nothing right now, but...
Yeah, I actually agree with that, this call as well. I mean, I think it's kind of, yeah, I think you'd want to allow Emperor and Tom more space to do what they can do and not have to play passively out of fear that, you know, being a man short, they might, that squad might get wiped out. But still, again, PdB slows it down, just holds in the trench.
And it feels like the same thing is portraying as the last few minutes in the previous match. Just a stalemate between the left and the right, between these two teams, and neither of the teams actually being able to break the stalemate.
The PdB push is going to come in. I think it might just be Emperor now. It is only Emperor left in the trench, so I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this push coming in from PdB. He's going to have to do some work. I think he did spawn Tom, but it's on the outside of the trench, so very awkward. Just able to survive that push, it seems. Extremely tight there right now for one pump.
PdB is just looking very well coordinated, knowing when to attack and when, well, to hold defensive angles. I really like the stuff what they are doing. It feels like they are communicating correctly, and that's what is taking apart one pump right now. One pump is hanging on to a foothold right now, so if they get wiped, it's the turn for PdB to attack, and I think it's going to be extremely difficult for one pump to actually win their semi-finals right now. So almost everything is on the line in this coming few minutes for one pump to take this trench, and making sure they don't get knocked out of the whole finals right here. 4 quick kills actually going in favor of one pump right now. So this is hopeful. But they need to spawn in more people in the trench, and one of their squads is completely wiped out right now. As PdB is now looking to clear the far right. With a huge push coming in. Tom Drone actually on the defense there. Killing Soren in the progress.
Yeah, and again, one pump kind of stuck. We do see a big PdB push coming in, trying to clear them out. They succeed in doing so here. And actually, no, they won't, because one pump was able to get in on the opposite end, so kind of a trade in sides coming through. And one pump capping for a moment, but not going to get much else as the PdB spawns come. And again, notably, that one squad of 3 players for one pump is now all the way back to the no man's land, wiped.
Well, this is good news for PdB, at least. They are... I'm not sure where the foothold still is, but... oh, it's on the far right. But PdB is actually doing a very nice job in just choking them again. Making sure they take as much time as they can. Because they know that in order to actually lose, one pump needs to take 2 trenches.
Otto's going to try to take control of this far right side. He does do so. He takes down Dix, so he's going to strengthen his team's position just a little bit. We do see one pump starting to aggress both sides. Some spawns come in for PdB, but they're quickly dealt with. So now only 2 players standing up for PdB right now. 1 player looking to engage them. That is Tom Grump on this right side by the bunker. Not going to be able to find anybody, but the cap does actually come in, so 10 minutes into the match, we finally have our first cap of the game with one pump now taking a 1-0 lead in the game. I'm going for some jump shots. He's going to find one. Keep pushing. Gets another kill on to Soren.
And an airplane bomb on the other side of the trench. So this is actually good news. I think he reset one of the enemy squads, and he gets taken out in the end.
Quite able to. He might have reset one, but no, he did not. Both squads were able to get spawns for PdB, so that we see 7 players in the trench for PdB and a fast cap coming in. I doubt that one pump will get spawns in time to deny it. They're not going to.
Not giving this up without a
So again, notably, we can actually see Tom is on the no man's land on the outside.
Actually getting a few nice kills, so this could be the beginning of another recap from one pump and making this still a game. This is a very
favorable kills right now for one pump. Mondo Leader gets 2 of his own, and now PdB is going to be kind of stuck in this position.
I think they successfully wiped a few squads at least.
They have indeed wiped PdB, so a good kills there from One Pump to wipe PdB, and if they can't get the cap before the spawns come in, so they will face immediate pressure, but they do at least have a decent spread in an attempt to deny this these pushes coming out from PdB.
I feel like this is the most important moment in this whole match for both halves, actually. If One Pump is able to keep this trench right now, making sure they don't lose one of the sides, they have a very good chance in coming back into this semi-finals.
See Dick starting to push towards the bunker on his team's left side. He's going to make it into the trench. He might be able to flank Tom, but I think
Tom actually has a few very nice kills. He did so much work on the far left side there, killing like 5 or 6 people with 2 steps in the end without any ammo. I hope it's enough. Frosty actually getting the kill on Foreigner.
Not sure if PdB is limited to once, and they are limited to 1 squad in the trench right now. So this, if you're One Pump, you want to be calling to get them out of the trench before the other squad can arrive. Just try to focus them down.
It is, however, the 4-man squad, so this is actually important for PdB.
And I think the free kills going the way.
They got wiped again.
That is gonna do it. So
one more in the far right.
He does get taken down. Very important kill.
Not before actually spawning one of his mates. This is complete chaos, though. One of the CP is still in here in the trench.
I don't. Maybe recon is up. I don't know if they know. He does get spawns. Yeah, One Pump's not aware of the fact that that player was there, and that's 2 big kills for Laugh Fortune.
A lot of kills actually going in favor of PdB right here. This is going to be the transition. Lucas needs to stay alive in order to spawn his mates.
He's going to fall back, or sort of fall back.
Missing a very important shot on Mayan Banana right there. He needs to be extremely careful not to die.
But fortunately, I think, not going to be enough. So the recap should come in for PdB, and it does. Yes, that happens. One Pump is pushing both sides and applying immediate pressure. It's only Banana in the trench right now for PdB.
Making it so that One Pump is extremely fast in capturing this trench, but the moment the spawns get in, the recap of this trench is halted. One of the squads of CP is actually outside of the trench right now, making it sure that One Pump is retaking this trench right now. So we have a tremendous game on our hands, but they need to successfully defend this trench right now. They can't lose it again, otherwise I don't feel like they have enough time to capture another trench, and then it's all going to get down to another draw in these semi-final series.
Yeah, now PdB is wiped out of the trench right now, but obviously that's a long attack timer at 3.5 minutes. So we'll see if One Pump can do anything. You can see all those PdB players spawning on that left side, and they get the opening kill. Spartan leading the way as his players come back into the trench, and the second squad is also not too far behind.
Both squads pouring into the far left side of the trench right now, and it's up to One Pump to clear them out.
Sporadic trades indeed right now for both sides. PdB might transition back to more of their standard hold, looking to just hold the side of the trench and take up some defensive positions. It'll be interesting to see if they play defensively or if they play more aggressively. PdB's played pretty defensively this whole match. Thorin walks around the corner, gets taken down by Frosty. Does look like PdB's gonna resort back to their more defensive style. Tom going in for a push. Tries to go for the jump shot. Misses it, but he could land that kill on the Dick, but only 2 players in the trench right now for PdB. They have One Pump. Can do anything about that, or if the spawns will simply come in. Spawns do come in, so both squads spawning back in for PdB. Equal trades right now for both sides. Slightly favoring PdB.
Tom Grump actually looking to clear out the whole trench on his own on the left side. Getting the first kill. He needs to get a few more, 3 more kills. There he goes. He's doing a lot of damage right now, and I feel like if the whole team would actually back him up in order to attack with this attack, they could actually win. Emperor is here as well, killing for Soren. Tom Grump is having a very wide approach here. PdB is able to spawn in their mates, and we need to watch all the trades right now. It's all equal. Tom Grump has a very important flank right here, killing a few people. Gets the last kill as well on Foreigner. I feel like they cleared at least one squad right now.
They have cleared PdB completely, and there's barely no. PdB is completely reset. They have no one even close. They are all the way in the back, so now they have a minute to get back in this trench. This is definitely the most... This is ample opportunity for One Pump. If they can successfully defend the next coming attack from PdB, they will be able to move on, and if they move on, I have a very good feeling about them in the latter half of this match.
With only 1 minute left, it's going to be very hard for PdB to get back into this
PdB
match.
needs 12 kills or a foothold in the next minute. I favor the foothold more than the kills, frankly, but PdB is making decent progress in the middle and also moving up very close right. They have a player here, and you can see there isn't really anybody on the side for One Pump right now, and that player from PdB is going to hold.
The far left is completely fallen, and actually they need to transition fast, but it's 2 versus 1, and Tom Grump actually there.
Tom Grump with a big kill, going outside, supporting his teammate. If he can get that second kill, that might...
He did.
Oh, that threat's neutralized. Now PdB isolated to now just this far right side.
And no kills going in favor of PdB right now, so they need 11 kills in the next 20 seconds in order to prolong their attack timer. Nowhere is a foothold to be seen, not even close. So I think actually One Pump did the thing they needed to do, capping this trench and actually repelling the
now here comes the last second push from PdB. They've got 5 seconds. They're going to commit everything they got. They might be able to get in. I think this player is going to get in the nick of time, unless Tom can kill him. He misses the shot, but
he gets taken out in the last second. He does get in. We saw the foothold marker right there, but he got taken out instantly by Tom Grump right there.
And that's Tom Grump stepping up in this game big time. 43 kills, leading the way for his team, making the big plays. One Pump with a huge opportunity in this match. PdB never made it this far, so One Pump can cap this trench and take a foothold on this game.
I have a feeling PdB is going to perform very well in this trench, though, with the very high walls. I think this is a very easily defendable trench if you only focus on one of the sides. So it's going to be a very hard challenge for One Pump to actually take this trench as well. But there's a game. At this moment, it's a draw on this semi-final, so this is going to be very interesting to see if One Pump can actually successfully take this trench. A match after all.
You see some nice kills coming out for One Pump. Last Chun though with a triple kill. It's going to be big and slowing down the push, but still the positions PdB occupying not the strongest right now. They're waiting for their spawns to come in, which is going to allow One Pump to move in nice and close.
Tom Grump actually taking the far right, I believe on its own completely. I feel like the whole team is trying to distract everyone to the left. And he is, I feel like he's completely unopposed going to the far right. He needs to spawn Emperor and Lacaus, and then you can see aggression from
PdB,
this spot.
PdB is definitely not aware of the fact that Tom is over here. It's only going to be the free-man squad, though, so I think if you were them, you might want to just play patiently, wait a little bit, the other squad to kind of get spawned in and get set up.
And
see Emperor moving towards this right side. This is a very strong position. He's got a nice vantage point on mid, takes 2 kills. He's going to find more, or he might not. Not able to land the shots on the other 2 players he saw, but Spartan peeks him, and it's another nice kill there from Emperor. Now One Pump starting to take control of this trend.
They need to be careful that they don't get completely reset right now. Emperor can't die at this moment. All the kills are going in favor of One Pump right now, and that actually secures this trench.
Be the wipe. That is the wipe. The cap does come in for One Pump, so now 6-7 minutes on the clock. One Pump with a 2 trench lead, now looking to win this match. All the pressure now onto PdB to try to come back, and this is not an easy position to come back from. This is very difficult for PdB.
To equalize this again, this is actually PdB is actually looking to equalize the semifinals, coming it down to kills, and I think it's not favorable for them as well. And nice
airplane bomb kill for Mando to take actually 3 players with the airplane bomb. That's
nice.
I think the largest one I've seen all day.
That takes all the momentum out of that attack already, and since both squads of PdB are reset right now, it's an extremely challenging task for them to recap this trench.
We see, and that the difficulty this is the difficulty right now for PdB. They're running into Tom Grump, and Tom Grump is just killing them no matter where they go. 1 kill away from 50, really stepped up in this game big time. I'd say this has been the difference maker for for one pump, honestly, is Tom.
He absolutely stepped up in the. I believe he was equal for the first 10 minutes of this half, and now he's actually on 51 kills. There you go. I can't even keep track of them how fast he is killing. He is feeling it. He's confident.
Soren trying to move towards maybe trying to switch up the position his team's attacking from. You can see him moving over to the other side. The Mono leader is there, and he's ready. And I'd say one pump is feeling very comfortable right now in this attack. PdB's gone absolutely nowhere. They're still close on the right side, but still, you can see them trying to shift the direction of the attack, knowing that it just hasn't really worked out for them at all on the opposite end, and that might actually be an error. They were relatively close, but they're kind of almost resetting themselves in a way. They know that Tom Grump occupies the far right position, and I think Emperor might be over there as well, so maybe trying to face the easier of the players on the opposite end, but still not much ground being gained.
As you said, this is such a hard trench to retake as the German sides. I don't think 1 minute 30 should be it could be enough. Foyner and
but
squad
again,
mate
one pump has to be very careful. They only had one player on that side, and that's going to be the opening that PdB needs to get in. They are going to get in, I think, maybe 3 players. Well, down to 2 now. Actually down to 1. And they didn't even get a single kill there. If this player goes down for PdB, and he does, that was the opening that PdB needed, and that defense there on that side, that might do it. I mean, you can see that one pump had to rotate all their players, so PdB's going to have an opportunity to push the far right side relatively unopposed, be able to get in.
But do they know it?
They are moving rather fast, but we can see Mando and company starting to rotate in, knowing that the push is coming. They're going wide right. Mando's going to have a decent angle. He takes down 1. He needs to get the second kill. Not able to get it, so Banana is going to be able to get in the trench, and that's going to be the opening possibly for PdB finally that they've been looking for. The bad news is it's only 1 player, so only 1 squad's going to be in the trench.
Well, he is able to. It is the 4-player squad though, and he spawns in 3 more people, actually helping to stabilize this. And I don't think Spartan actually takes out. Oh, that was not an airplane bomb. I thought it was, but. This could be the comeback from PdB. They need to recap this, actually get the second team in here as well. But I think if you have the far right side here, it is actually far more easy to get that second squad in here as well. As we're already looking at slowly but surely retaking this trench, so PdB stepping up.
I would definitely say that PdB occupies the more favorable positions, and you see Dick in the middle. But as I say that, you can see Tom. He's looking to make a push here. He's going to take down 1. He's got to find more, though, and he's got to find them quickly to deny the cap. Although he lands the shot on the Spartan, but he's not able to find Banana. That might have been enough to stop the cap, but
that they
very close right now. Bad news for PdB is that they're limited to 1 squad, it looks like. I think maybe you've actually have a couple stab kills in the middle, and now that's going to open things up for PdB. Maybe the recap should come in for PdB.
One pump not able to respawn quickly enough, and actually giving an initiative back to PdB, and everything is on the line of this little trench right now. 2.5 minutes for either side to either defend or take this trench.
2.5 minutes, I would say that if you're PdB, we're definitely going to see PdB play very passively. The initiative is still all in 1 pump. If they can get the cap back, I would presume that's going to do it. So PdB, in a do-or-die situation, they must hold, but the cap's already begun for 1 pump.
Didn't hit on the cheeky position,
nice,
killing
nice
Mando
there
right
in
there.
Middle. Even going to see the player, but he misses a shot, or just gets a stab though. But still, the trades are favorable right now for 1 pump, or at least they were. It's kind of equalized. Has to be very careful not to overextend. I think they might have done that. I'm not sure they did.
Somebody's
I
actually
think
stuck.
The 1 pump squad is all the way in the back. That's a huge error, particularly on Emperor, who pushed, which his death resulted in his squad getting wiped. And with only 1.5 minutes on the clock, it's going to be very difficult for 1 pump to get back in here, especially with how PdB is playing.
Especially since one of the people of 1 pump is actually stuck under the stairs right now on the far right-hand side. But 1 pump definitely needs to step up. They need to be aggressing right now in order to get them out of the trench. But
I mean, I know that they only have 1 squad in, but that squad has to push regardless. Of only 1 minute on the clock, you can't wait. You just have to go, even if it's unfavorable. Only got 1 minute, so now it's time to go regardless of the number. Just kind of see Mando leading the way.
I really like the positioning of PdB though, taking very, very defensive positions, very, they know if they equalize it, this is the best they can get, so they just need to hold this trench and make sure all the trades are just in favor of them. Frosty is able to make a dent into their defenses though, together with Tom
Some
Grump.
kills going, yeah, it's not, I don't think it's going to be
Tom
enough.
is behind them and actually killing a few guys right now. He's going to kill Steve, and if he
whiffing
can...
some shots. The players have spawned in for one pump. I think PdB is going to get spawns on the other end though to slow it down. That might be enough.
This is going to be the final, last-minute cap by Tom Grump right here. Extremely cool, good stuff. He's killing two people.
He wants his team to win. Have any ammo on the gun though, and that's going to do it. Not quite enough.
Just taken out.
Last second heroics almost do it. But this game is going to end in another narrow win for.
In a draw. Yeah, for this time for one pump.
Overall,
so
a draw. Narrow win for one pump this half, narrow win for PdB in the first half. So we see 2 ties in both our semi-final.
If we wanted to see Tom Grump stepping up, it was that last few seconds. I feel like if he got 2 or 3 more kills with the 2 bullets he had in his chamber, he would have changed the game right there. But now it's all going to come down to kills, and I must say, with a 63 kill game for Tom Grump right there, I feel like they should be very confident in this count. But it looks like we are having a lot of calculus to do in the coming minutes, coming hours, coming days. I'm not sure when those when the results are coming in, but do you have any information about that, Zap? When do we think we know how much? Which of the teams actually go through with both teams drawing out on Picardy?